on what is happening in flooding in our area. Leaders in Travis County are hosting a news conference now. We want to get right to that. Judge Andy Brown speaking. Let's listen in.
Come on in, y'all.
Well, while we are waiting for the judge to get started, we do want to update you. We had just learned the death toll in Kerr County is now at 59 lives lost. 11 campers and 1 counselor from Camp Mystic are still missing. Now, back here in Travis County, we know that at least 4 people have died. That was the last thing we've learned. The judge speaking now. Let's listen.
Over the past 48 hours, Travis County experienced an extremely deadly and destructive flood event. I want to start by thanking the first responders, dispatchers, road crews, utility workers, and volunteers, and people, citizens, residents, who have exercised extraordinary bravery over these past 48 hours. You've saved countless lives, sustained hope in the darkest moments, and will continue to do so in big and small ways over the days and weeks ahead. For all the people and communities that are impacted, we stand with you and are doing all that we can to support you. I want to thank the National Weather Service for sending out alerts before, during, and now after the bulk of the storm. Heavy rains fell across the region, especially in northwestern Travis County, triggering widespread flash flooding largely along Sandy Creek and Cow Creek, starting sometime around midnight on Friday, building throughout the night into the morning. This led to homes, cars, and people being washed away. I spoke just this morning with folks. I went out to visit ESD1 and the other ESDs that are helping them out there out near Nameless Road along Sandy Creek. They showed me the people there. The firefighters showed me multiple houses, trailers largely that had been washed away, just simply pieces of them down the creek, cars along with them down the creek. I met 4 guys that live sort of across the creek. There were about 10 trailer homes there. They all survived, but they had a very scary night where water was coming into their trailers, and they didn't have a way, a way to get out. Their cars also had been washed away. They were in a tough situation. They told me that they received alerts about 12 noon before this all started, about midnight, and then alerts throughout the night as well from the National Weather Service. I spoke with ESD1 firefighters who helped evacuate people from the second floor of a house. The first floor was full of water. People were in the second floor. They helped them evacuate. I think that story repeats over and over the hard work of these first responders over the last couple of days. By Saturday afternoon, we had confirmed the deaths of 4 individuals. I think you'll hear more about that from others. Due to this event, 1 person in the Briarcliff area, 3 additional fatalities that ESD1, I believe, responded to in that area. There were 3 separate incidents, I think. Search and rescue operations are still going on this morning. The team at AA, I joined them at their 8 a.m. briefing this morning where they divided up where they were going to be walking, largely along Sandy Creek, to look for folks up and down the creek. It's about, my understanding, it's about 18 miles of creek between the top and where it hits the lake. Austin Travis County EMS, you'll hear from them today. They responded to dozens of water rescues, most of them concentrated in western portions of the county near Cow Creek and FM 1431, where, again, mobile homes were swept away and residents were forced to deal with rising waters in the middle of the night. In response, I signed a local disaster declaration for Travis County on Saturday morning. My understanding is the governor has also added Travis County to his declaration of the disaster and has asked the federal government for assistance for this area as well. This helps us to activate mutual aid resources, coordinate with the state and federal partners, and accelerate emergency response and recovery efforts. We also launched a countywide emergency response operation that included activation of ESD1 and an EOC out there, deployment of medical and mental health response teams, and establishing a reunification center for families searching for missing loved ones. At the height of the storm, the National Weather Service issued additional flash flood emergency warnings for portions of Travis, Williamson, and Burnett counties, including the I-35 corridor. Some areas received over a foot of rainfall in a matter of hours. low water crossings were quickly overwhelmed, and floodwaters caused extensive damage to roads, bridges, and homes, particularly in the western region of Travis County. And then late on Saturday afternoon, Travis County received an alert from the LCRA, the Lower Colorado River Authority, that flood operations had begun at Tom Miller Dam on Lake Austin. So they opened floodgates to manage upstream inflows and advised downstream residents to take immediate precautions as flows increased significantly and water levels rose rapidly along the Colorado. This action was necessary to preserve structural safety and reduce upstream flooding, and added, of course, to the complexity of what everybody was dealing with downstream. Travis County worked alongside the Texas Department of Emergency Management. We've got Cody here today from TDEM, who has provided us lots of support and been a great partner in this, as well as working with surrounding Central Texas counties that also face dangerous flooding, evacuation orders, and ongoing water rescues. As for the catastrophic floods in Kerr County, Travis County is proud to have served as part of the coordinated effort that included Texas DPS, Texas Parks and Wildlife, Texas Task Force 1 Hilo Group, the Texas Military Department, and the U.S. Coast Guard, and of course TDEM. We deployed a Starflight helicopter with 1 pilot, 1 nurse, and 1 paramedic that completed 6 missions and 2 hoist rescues, moved 9 patients to a collection point, all in over about 4.5 flight hours. Throughout all of this, our first responders, dispatchers, road crews, utility workers, and volunteers exercised extraordinary bravery. I cannot thank this group of folks for their courage enough and for their quick actions. As we move forward, I want to reiterate that this disaster is not over. While floodwaters seem to be receding in many areas, the rain seems to be slowing down. Damage assessments, debris removal, and recovery operations will still take days and weeks. And we're still, I believe, under a flash flood watch until 7 p.m. today. So just, the same things we always urge folks: never drive into a low water crossing, especially during a storm. This had catastrophic consequences, I think, for some people in Travis County, and it's just something that you should never do still to this hour. Listen to your phone alerts. Make sure that you have an evacuation plan, especially if you live near a creek, even if it's dry, and use that plan if the National Weather Service or others recommend to evacuate. Stay away from flood-damaged areas today and tomorrow unless authorized to return. Report hazardous conditions or missing persons to our emergency hotline. And continue to monitor Travis County social media and emergency websites for shelter information, aid registration, and road closures. You can find up-to-date information at traviscountytx.gov/emergency, including recovery resources. So we've been through a lot the last few days, but we're Travis County, and we're going to get through this together. We are committed to doing everything possible to protect lives, help families recover, and rebuild stronger than before. And I'm going to pass it on now to the Sheriff, Sally Hernandez. Sheriff?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sally Hernandez, Travis County Sheriff. People in our community have been utterly devastated by this sudden, unexpected flooding that took place. My heart goes out to each and every one who has suffered such great loss. As flash floods hit on July the 5th, our 911 call center experienced a surge in calls. The timing of those calls paint a picture of when floodwaters hit the affected communities. At 1 a.m., TCSO dispatchers received 49 calls, and by 3 a.m., that number spiked to 112. Flood-related calls continued to come in steadily for hours after that. We were fully staffed for the 4th of July weekend, so we pivoted those resources, our patrol deputies, to respond to the 911 calls. Floodwaters rose so quickly that roadway access to many of those callers were completely cut off. Deputies assisted with rescue efforts throughout the early morning hours. As daylight came and devastation became very painfully evident, we continued rescue efforts, and our special response team went door to door checking on the welfare of all of those 911 callers that called in during the overnight hours. Unfortunately, our agency also assisted with recovery missions. Today we're continuing our search and rescue efforts, and one of our lake patrol boats is out with Parks and Wildlife searching the Cow Creek area, which is only accessible by water at this time because of the roadways have been washed away. Our special response team, along with the Travis County Parks, are assigned to barricade roadways to keep people from driving into unsafe areas and to help prevent looting. Our drone team is in the Sandy Creek area today assisting with search and rescue efforts. FM 1431 and Singleton Bend West toward Burnett County is blocked to the damaged roadways. Juniper Trail is impassable due to road damage, and Nameless Road is damaged but is passable through Terra Vista. I'm grateful for everyone that you see up here and their roles that they have played in trying to help our community. But what I'm more grateful for is the way that our community comes together and helps each other get through these really hard times. Thank you so much.
Eric?
Yeah, good morning. I'm Eric Carter. I'm the Chief Emergency Management Coordinator for Travis County. Again, I'm like the judge. It's okay. Hats off to the first responder agencies out at the Emergency Service District 1 and all across the county. They really stepped up in what is a no-notice holiday weekend to respond to a very critical incident. Of course, we're all thinking about the folks in Kerr County, but as we know locally, we also had some loss of life. So hats off to those folks. And again, our hearts are going out to them. From the Emergency Operations Center and here, the emergency management team, our sole focus in the first 24 to 48 hours is support to our first responders. Sheriff Hernandez was eloquent in telling you how she and the team have responded from the law enforcement side. Also, our public works team working hard, and we've got some folks here along with our parks folks and our transportation and natural resources department working yeoman's hours, doing everything from road safety issues, road closures, all the way to, again, search and rescue. So that's been our initial focus. While they'll continue that focus in the field at the ESD out in Lago Vista, we expect here we're going to be making our transition over to the recovery. We're getting to where we're going to get that incident stabilized. Now we're going to be moving into recovery. So right now, one of the initial needs folks need to understand, if people are out there and they want to know how to help, if you're a victim and you need immediate assistance, we want to encourage you to call the Red Cross. Red Cross is here with us today. They can help you with immediate needs. By later this afternoon, we'll be putting out additional resources. The Red Cross will make sure that you are sheltered, that you have an immediate ability to cover first in food, clothing, if you lost those things in flash flooding. We know there will be other needs. We've got a great team of volunteer agencies and community partners that are gathering here at the EOC, and we're going to look at other resources we can put out for the community. We expect our response to move from here to more out in the Lago Vista area. That's where the impact is. That's not to ignore what was going on in the Briar Cliff and other parts of the county, but we know just from the reports we received, the bulk of the impact is out in the Lago Vista ESD1 region. So that's where we'll be in the upcoming days. As I told the team, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. We've got to work through this over time. Our goal is to pace ourselves and do our jobs. So we're going to keep doing that. I'll let these folks here give you the highlights of their response. I don't even want to step over that, but they'll keep at it and we'll keep at it. So thank you. Who? Chief. Thank you, Chief. Excuse me, sir.
Good morning, Rob Lukritz, Chief of Austin Travis County EMS. As was mentioned earlier, our hearts go out to everyone that was affected by this tragic event. From an Austin Travis County EMS perspective, in the early hours of Saturday morning, we received numerous 911 calls reporting individuals who were experiencing severe flooding requiring evacuation. Our teams, in collaboration with the Emergency Services District, deployed numerous resources. Austin Travis County EMS deployed 2 boat teams, as well as supervisory assets to assist in the command center, both in Travis County, in Lago Vista, as well as in Burnett County. We also dispatched several ambulances. In total, 25 individuals were rescued by our teams, and 4 of those were transported with non-life-threatening emergencies to local healthcare facilities. Our teams continue to work throughout the day to assist in the rescue efforts. In addition to our efforts here in Travis County, we continue to have assets deployed in Kerrville, in Kerr County, where we have an ambulance bus as well as a boat team deployed from our agency. In addition, our community health paramedics also assisted with the Emergency Family Assistance Center, which I believe was in Leander. It's moved a couple times, to assist in the care for those families that were affected. And with that, I'll turn it over back to Judge Brown.
We'll open up for questions.
Okay.
So we know that 4 are confirmed deceased. How many do we have missing right now?
So based on talking to the ESD this morning at the meeting that they had at 8 a.m., they suspect there's somewhere between 11 and 13, but those are largely unconfirmed. It's like they talked to somebody who said, we heard that this person is missing. There's one person that they told me about that they firsthand know is missing still. In talking to other people that live out there this morning, they pointed, to a car that they thought people were in that I could see, a quarter mile down the river. And so there are still people missing. We do not know exactly how many. I know firsthand that there was that one person confirmed missing by the ESDs.
Jason?
Judge Brown, you talked a little bit about the notifications that some people in Western Travis County got. Could you talk more about what kinds of warnings people received and whether any of this death was preventable?
Yeah, so I can tell you what I have heard that people have received, and then, I don't know, Cody or anybody else, if y'all want to come up, please do. My understanding is that there was an alert from the National Weather Service sometime around noon on Friday. Then there was another one sometime around midnight. And then there was one somewhere around 4:30 a.m. as well. And then they continued on after that. Does anyone?
I'll add in.
You want to add in? Okay.
And the judge pretty much summarized it. All through the night, the team was both monitoring here and pushing. The Weather Service was very proactive in their warnings. We even called them a couple of times and said, we see problems. Can you issue a warning? And they did those warnings. So from a notification using the integrated public alert and warning system, those things that were firing off your phones, we were getting the message out. So very happy with that. The question of preventability, that can't be answered today, in the sense that the team is out there still doing the search and rescue and the recovery and the circumstances why any one individual would have found themselves in a tragic circumstance. We can't know that today, but I appreciate the question.
Follow-up, Celia.
I know that we had mentioned that this was somewhat unpredictable. This came unexpectedly, but we do know that at least our meteorologists were forecasting that flash flooding could come in the northwest area of Austin. We know that this happened in creek areas. How predictable was this actually? Did this really sneak up on you? Is there anything that we could have done to protect human life?
I think the best thing that we can do is send those alerts out. That iPod system is very effective. It gets, my understanding of the technology,
Very
correct me,
targeted. Yep.
if your cell phone is in that area, you get an alert. It's not like Warren Central Texas where you have to sign up for it. Some people get it, maybe some people don't. That is a very robust system, and my understanding is that the National Weather Service gave people many warnings, and obviously your news station did as well.
Next question. Follow-up. Yeah, there you go.
Follow-up.
Mhm.
Was for people that were deceased, did they originate from a home or a vehicle?
Talking to the ESD this morning, they don't know where they originated from. My understanding is that at least 3 of those people they thought separate incidents in different areas, but they don't know the circumstances of how they got there.
Well, we've been listening to Travis County leaders give us an update on their rescue and recovery operations. Now, as they have said, a lot of the flooding in Travis County centered around Sandy Creek and Cow Creek. They say homes and trailers in that area were just completely washed away. As of right now, Travis County leaders have learned that there are 4 people who are dead. One of those people were found in Briar Cliff. The other 3 were found in the area of ESD 1. That's the area around Lago Vista, Jonestown, Point Ventura. But we're hearing Lago Vista is where a lot of the damage in Travis County is right now. Judge Andy Brown tells us that there is one person that is confirmed to be missing, but they have heard reports that perhaps up to a dozen more are possibly missing, but those numbers have not been confirmed yet. And so what they are saying right now, they expect the number of missing to go up, but right now they can confirm one person. We know that overnight, the Austin Travis County EMS crews performed 25 rescues. That's in addition to Travis County deputies going door by door. We heard from Chief Sally Hernandez, who tells us they got at least 112 flood-related calls by 3 a.m., that they continued to get calls all through the night, and that her deputies went door to door checking on all of the people who had called 911. They did that because oftentimes the roads were flooded and they couldn't get to those people at the time. As of right now, Travis County leaders are asking people to call Red Cross. Call the Red Cross if you need immediate assistance, if you need a place to stay as of right now, if you need help right now, call the Red Cross. They are working to get some other resources together for community members, more donations, more volunteers. But as of right now, they want you to call the Red Cross. They'll have more information later today with that. Now, Williamson County was also hit, of course, with this devastating flooding. It happened all across our area. And when we talked about some of those roads being closed, this is a live look at ATX floods. This is the website that you can go to. It's regional, and it shows all of the road closures in our area. We're being told that there is still a great number of road closures all across Travis County, and so people are being asked, of course, to avoid those roads. If you see water on the roadway, turn around, don't drown, do not go around barriers. Lots of road closures still in our area, so please be mindful and be careful of that. Now, leaders in Williamson County are said to give us an update at 11 o'clock this morning. So we'll bring that to you live right here on KVUE again as it happens. And of course, you know, we are always on our streaming app, KVUE Plus. You can download that, watch it on your smart TV. We're going to return you to your regular programming, and we'll be right back here when that Williamson County news conference gets started.